We stand on the shoulders of Moses and Miriam, Isaiah and
That's
Deborah,
right.
Jeremiah.
Yes.
Yes.
We stand on the shoulders of Jesus Christ,
That's right.
who called every single person blessed and worthy.
That's right.
Friends, in a democracy, blessed and worthy means you have the right to vote
That's right.
without hurtling manipulative laws and intimidating tactics. So today I represent the North Carolina Council of Churches, which came into existence in 1935. 1935, friends. Think about that. Nearly 30 years before it became national news, a group of church leaders got together to start asking questions that the rest of the country wouldn't hear about in the 1960s. And now, sadly, we are still making the national news 80 years later in 2015, asking the same question.
Yes.
How long? The psalmist cried. And the North Carolina Council of Churches and all the people represented on our rolls, and we are a lot, my friends.
Yes.
All the people on our rolls say with the psalmist that we will stay here as long as it takes.
Yes.
We will stand here until every single person in North Carolina who wants to cast a vote has gone to the polls and voted.
We know, this movement knows, what takes place in this courtroom over the next weeks will have a lasting and decisive impact on the voting rights of African Americans and Latinos in North Carolina, and an impact on the Voting Rights Act itself. Then I said, that is why we say about this case, this is our Selma. I talked a little bit about the defendants, the legislators that enacted this monster suppression bill. I said that they didn't do it for the reasons that they said, and that the evidence will show that. I said that they were voter suppressors in search of a pretext. They rolled out one pretext after another, whether it was voter fraud or public confidence. The only lack of confidence was created by their drumbeat of accusations of voter fraud. And we said that their rationales changed every week. And that if your story doesn't stand up, then the implication is that you did it for an illicit motive. And we called on the court at the end of the case to enjoin the provisions that we have challenged, to bring back same-day registration during early voting, to bring back the week of early voting that was cut and the Sunday, to bring back partial counting of out-of-precinct ballots, to bring back pre-registration of our most precious young people so that they can be trained in voting while they're still in high school. And we also asked the court to find that the state intentionally discriminated on the basis of race and ethnicity. And therefore, the court has the authority under Section 3 of the Voting Rights Act, a seldom used provision prior to the Shelby case, but under Section 3 of the Voting Rights Act, the court has the power to bring the state of North Carolina back under pre-clearance for all of its changes in its voting system.
Hello, freedom fighters. My name is Arminta Eaton, and I am one of the plaintiffs in this lawsuit. But first of all, I want to thank each of you for being of such great support to this cause. Without you, this could not have taken place. I would like for the lead plaintiffs in this lawsuit, Ms. Carolyn Coleman, she may be here. She's down there.
Coleman's over here.
Ms. Coleman's over there. I want Mrs. Mary Perry to stand.
Yes.
And I
the president of our association, 400 ministers, and some lay people went to Selma because they were called and asked to be there. 2 of them died. We are in this struggle from that time through now and as long as it takes.
Yes.
I'm so proud of the Standing on the Side of Love banners here. This is a struggle of all people of conscience. A wonderful thing happened. I'll be very brief because the storm's coming. Something happened that was wonderful Friday. The Confederate flag was brought down in Charleston. This act of voting suppression might as well have been printed on Confederate flag stationery. And it's time to take it down. To take it down. It has no place in a freedom-loving America. Let us be united toward that cause.
On behalf of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference, Standing for Justice, we join nationally and internationally with you. I say today, racing the storm, what I said last night and what I said the day after the 9 martyrs of the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church were killed. 48 years ago, Dr. King named the demon we fight.
Yes, he did.
He said it was called racism. Racism is the foundation upon which the voter suppression movement has been built. Those of you who have any friends or loved ones who've ever been in the 12-step program know that one of the principal tenets of the program is that you cannot tame the demon unless you can name the demon. Dr. King named that demon for us. He named it. 48 years later, you stand here today. We stand together to say we're going to tame the demon.
Let's give it up for our elders. Now all of you that are at least 65 and older, raise your hands. Give it up for them, y'all. Give a big scream. All of you that were not there in 65, but you're here now and you're going to fight, raise your hand. Give it up for Miss Rosanelle Eaton, who's 93, 94, and Miss Carolyn Q. Coleman, and Miss Mary Perry, who are our lead plaintiffs. Give it up. Now, before we come, it never rains on Monday until we're through. It never has. So I want you to hook up. I want to say 3 things to you. Number 1, grab somebody by the hand if you can. If you're not a member of the NAACP, we're volunteers. We pay to do this work. We need you to go home and help us get about 10,000 more members. You can join online. Just join any branch, North Carolina NAACP. We need you to do it. We need the soldiers. Okay? If you can give, if you gave something today, because this freedom is not free, you can go online, NAACP NC, click on our PayPal, and you can give something. After your membership. State conference is totally volunteer. I'm a volunteer. All executive committee is a volunteer. We thank you for your help. George, where's George Gresham? Is he here? George, where's George? George, give it up for George Gresham. SEIU 1199, Dr. King's favorite union president, and all of our friends. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Aren't y'all glad these elders talked to us today? Now, somebody holler a praise of victory, even though the court case isn't finished. Just act like we know there's power in the blood. Register everybody you can to vote. And pick it up, he's to my left, and pick everybody you can now. As we prepare to leave. Hey, Rabbi, how you doing? Glory. Common was baptized by Dr. Jeremiah Wright. And that song says, when the glory comes. I want to let you know, you are the glory. Because God puts his glory on those who will stand for justice. He does. And before the glory of righteousness and justice to come, there must be a people who say, Lord, here am I. send me. So would you play that on the CD? And in a minute I'm going to ask us as we're holding hands, because when the glory comes, the victory's not been won yet, but it's going to be won, and we're going to win it. And the blood has cemented us together, and we're together for this whole committed race. We got another 3 weeks of trial. We've got other things we got to do. But tell your neighbor, there's one thing we're not going to do, and that's quit. One day, when the glory comes, say it, Mama.